Good day everyone, my name is Kit Salas, and for today's video I'm going to tackle chapter 9, which is the laws regulating travel and tour services. And for our learning objectives, first enumerate the procedure in setting up a travel agency. So this involves understanding the legal requirements, accreditation, processes, and necessary permits. Second, identify the responsibilities of a legitimate travel agency or tour operator. This includes providing safe, reliable, and ethical travel services to customers. Third, differentiate ethical from unethical practices by travel agencies and tour operators. This involves understanding the distinction between practices that are legal and morally acceptable and those that are exploitative or harmful. Lastly, give examples of issues, concerns, and problems travel agencies and tour operators may have in the conduct of their business. This includes potential challenges related to customer complaints, safety concerns, and legal disputes. And for our topic outline, first, the tourism in the Philippines. A. Growth, challenges, and the need for regulation. Second, ethical issues. A. Sex tourism in the past. B. Importance of ethical practices. Third, legal framework. A. DOT regulation and Supreme Court decisions. B. E-ticketing and the electronic commerce law. Fourth, industry requirements. A. Travel agency and tour operators accreditation. B. Tour guide qualifications. 5. Responsibilities and the future. A. Due diligence, customer safety, and e-ticketing. B. Moving towards sustainable and responsible tourism. Case of rampant sex tours in the 1970s. In the 1970s, many travel agencies and tour operators have clandestinely been engaged in sex tourism, wherein the focal point of the group tour packages were neither the beautiful tourist attractions of the country nor the renowned, hospitable service of Filipinos, but the incorporation of illicit relations with Filipino women in the tour package. This unethical practice, often referred to as sex tourism, was a significant issue in the Philippines. It highlights the importance of ethical considerations in the travel agencies. Some of these women were even recruited from the rural areas of the country. Prostitution became rampant not only in Manila, but in other cities like Olongapo and Cebu. To some extent, minors were also exploited. This emphasizes the exploitation and harm that can be associated with sex tourism. The clientele coming from Middle Eastern, European, and Asia Pacific countries trooped in busloads. The largest contingent came from the Japanese market. The country had been depicted as a prime destination for this type of tour packages during that decade. This illustrates the international scope of sex tourism. So these are the questions to consider. What are the social costs of this type of tourism product? Sex tourism can contribute to social problems such as the spread of sexually transmitted infections, the exploitation of vulnerable population, and the perpetuation of negative stereotypes. Does it fit well on the Philippine culture and tradition? This question prompts reflection on the cultural and societal impacts of sex tourism. What are your impressions of a travel agency or tour operator engaged in such trade? This encourages critical thinking about the ethical implication of such practices. What measures can the government undertake to prevent a repeat of this era? The government plays a crucial role in combating sex tourism through legislation, enforcement, and public awareness campaigns. So, what laws can safeguard the ethical conduct of travel agencies and tour operators? Laws and regulations are essential in establishing clear guidelines and holding travel companies accountable for their actions. And these are the key points about the travel and tour industry. As part of the tourism industry, the pivotal role of travel agencies is regarded as revenue support of the nation's economy. Travel agencies contribute significantly to the Philippine economy, Considering that our tourism industry has already become a matter of public interest, it calls for its promotion and regulation by our government. This emphasizes the need for government involvement in both promoting and regulating the tourism sector. Laws regulating travel and tour services. The laws regulating travel, tour, and services in the chapter involve implementing rules and regulations by the Department of Tourism and Supreme Court's decision which define the nature of the business of a travel agency and tour operator. The Department of Tourism sets standards and regulations, while the Supreme Court decisions provide legal precedents. Likewise, a background on the validity of e-ticketing in booking customer by virtue of RA 8792, also known as the Electronic Commerce Law, has been included. The Electronic Commerce Law recognizes the legal validity of e-ticketing, which is becoming increasingly prevalent in the travel industry. Nature and description of the business. Tour operators. Tour operators shall mean an entity which may either be a single proprietorship or partnership or corporation regularly engaged in the business of extending to individuals or groups. Such services pertaining to arrangement and bookings for transportation and or accommodation, handling and or conduct of inbound tours whether or not for a fee, commissions, or any form of compensation. This defines a tour operator's role in arranging and coordinating travel services. Tour guide shall mean an individual who guides to tourists, both foreign and domestic, for a fee, commission, or any other form of lawful remuneration. This clarifies the role of a tour guide in providing information and assistance to tourists. Discussion of the law. A travel agency covenant with its customer is to make travel arrangement in their behalf. A travel agency services include procuring tickets and facilitating travel permits or visas as well as booking customers for tours. This emphasizes the contractual obligation and services provided by the travel agencies. The relation of a travel agency with respect to a common carrier is that is merely acts as an agent of the common carrier. This clarifies that travel agencies are not responsible for actions of the transportation providers. Like for example, case Giancarlo Capco will be traveling to the United States to compete in an international business plan competition in Boston, Massachusetts. His old passport is expiring soon as he needs a renewal of his old U.S. multiple entry visa. Can Giancarlo avail of the services of a travel agency? What services can travel agency offer him? So the legal opinion. So these are the legal opinion. In order to save the time and to be properly guided, Giancarlo can avail of the following services of a travel agency. First, passport renewal assistance. B, U.S. visa renewal assistance. And C, airline ticketing. And D, hotel reservations. Accreditation of travel agencies and tour operators. For Section 2, who may apply for accreditation? So these are the following may apply for accreditation as tour operator and travel agency. So first requirement is he or she must a resident Filipino citizen, a partnership organized under the laws of the Philippines, at least 60% of its capital being owned by a Filipino citizen, and corporations organized under the laws of the Philippines, at least 60% of the subscribed common of voting shares of stocks of which is owned by Filipino citizens and the composition of its board of directors being at least 60% Filipinos. These regulations emphasize the requirements for ownership and the control by Filipino citizens. For accreditation of tour guides, for Section 9, requirements for issuance or accreditation. An implication for accreditation, as tour guide shall submit the following. First, proof that the applicant has passed a seminar for tour guides duly conducted by the Department of Tourism or other agencies duly authorized by the department to conduct the seminar, provided However, that this requirement may be waived by the department where the applicant possesses special academic or professional qualification relevant to tourism. This highlights the requirements for training and specialized knowledge. Certificate of Good Health issued by any duly accredited government physician. Clearance from the National Bureau of Investigation. In the case of alien applicants, alien applicants, valid visa from the Bureau of Immigration and the proper permit from the Department of Labor and Employment. First is the mayor's permit or municipality license, latest income tax return, and such other documents that the department may require from time to time. These are the general requirements for tour guide accreditation. Responsibilities of business entities engaged in the travel and tour services. Travel agencies need to take necessary precaution by exercising prudence and due diligence at all times. This emphasizes the need for carefulness and responsible practices. Under the present state of the law, extraordinary diligence is not required in travel or tour contracts. However, the travel agency, acting as a tour operator, must nevertheless be held to strict accounting for contracted services, considering the public interest in tourism, whether in the local or in the international scene. This outlines the legal standards of care expected in the travel industry. Moreover, a tour guide is supposed to attend to a routinary needs of the tourist not only when the latter would ask for assistance but at the moment such needs becomes apparent. This emphasizes the proactivity expected of tour guides. In other words, the tour guide, especially by reason of his experience in previous tours, must be able to anticipate the possible needs and problems of the tourist instead of waiting for them to bring it to his attention. This highlights the importance of experience and preparedness. While this is stating the obvious, it is the tour guide's duty to see it that the basic personal necessities such as soap, towel, and other daily amenities are provided by the hotels. It is also expected of such tour guide to see to it that the tourists are provided with sanitary surroundings to actively arrange for medical attention in case of accidents, illness, or discomfort. This outlines specific responsibilities related to basic needs, hygiene, and safety. For example, like the case of Lydia Giraldas engaged in services of Kinstar Travel Corporation for her trip in Europe. The advertisement for the tour guide included a grand slogan, "Let your heart sing Europe." It promised a Filipino tour escort and a European tour manager. However, Miss Giraldas experienced numerous deceptions during the trip. There was no European tour manager, the hotels were not first class, a promised visit to a leather factory was cancelled, and the Filipino tour guide was inexperienced. Discussion: the failure of Kenstar to provide the services they promised highlights their liability for mispresentation and the need for travel agencies to exercise due diligence in selecting their employees and providing accurate information to customers. Prohibition against engaging in recruitment activities. Article 26, Labor Code of the Philippines. Travel agencies prohibited to recruit. Travel agencies and sales agencies of airline companies are prohibited from engaging in the business of recruitment and placement of workers for overseas employment, whether or profit or not. This prohibition aims to prevent travel agencies from engaging in exploitative labor practices. E-ticketing and commerce. E-ticketing is one of the most significant opportunities to reduce cost and improve passengers' convenience. It reduces ticket processing charges, eliminates the need for paper, and allow greater flexibility to the passenger and the travel agent to make changes in the itinerary. E-ticketing offers significant advantages for both travel and travel agencies. Travelers and travel agencies. Under the Republic Act number 8792, June 14, 2000, also known as the Electronic Commerce Act, An electronic document refers to information or the representation of information, data, figures, symbols, or any other modes of written expression, described or however represented, by which a right is established or an obligation is extinguished, or by which a fact may be proved and affirmed, which is received, recorded, transmitted, stored, processed, retrieved or produced electronically. This legal definition of electronic document is essential for recognizing the legal validity of e-tickets. The confirmation document and e-ticketing constitute the electronic document by which a right is established or an obligation is extinguished. This confirms that e-tickets have legal standing. It is already equivalent to passage or airline ticket in a contract of carriage, which can be classified as the best evidence in proving that a contract of carriage exists. This acknowledges that e-ticket serves as evidence of travel contract. And for the conclusion, the Philippine travel and tourist sector faces a complex and evolving landscape, balancing economic growth with ethical responsibility. While technological advancements like e-commerce have streamlined operations and increased access to travel services, the industry remains subject to legal and ethical scrutiny. The chapter highlights the importance of accreditation for both travel agencies and tour guides, emphasizing the role of the Department of Tourism or the DOT and the International Air Transportation Association in ensuring quality and ethical standards. It also underscores the need for travel operators to exercise prudence, due diligence, and transparency in all business practices, emphasizing the legal consequences of mispresentation and the prohibition of recruitment activities. Moving forward, the industry will need to adapt to the increasing prominence of e-commerce while upholding ethical standards and complying with existing and evolving regulations. Ongoing efforts are crucial to protect consumers, promote sustainable tourism, and ensure the long-term health and integrity of the travel and tour sector in the Philippines. So that would be all for this topic, everyone. Guys, I hope you learned something from what I have taught or what I have discussed. And see you in my next video, and God bless us.